and thanks for joining me. I thought I'd take you on a bit of a trip around some of the people that I have that support me in my life. So who I'm introducing you today is Carren Smith. Now Carren is my business coach, my mentor, and she's absolutely gorgeous. She's made such a big difference in my life. I met Carren probably about 18 months ago, and the difference in the way I think about things, my mindset, and even just with my business and everything has made, it's just unbelievable. So thank you for joining me, Carren.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
And would you just like to share with everyone what you do and why you're doing what you're doing?
Of course, of course. So I first want to say what an absolute treat and an honour it is to work with the beautiful creature that she is. I'm so grateful and I'm so lucky to have people like Angela in my life, because when we work with such amazing and inspirational people, that naturally gets fed back. So it feels awesome to be in the company of somebody who's such an inspiring achiever. So for all of you guys listening to this video, you're also in really great hands.
Thanks, Carren.
I'm a speaker trainer, and I work with people to help them find a voice for their message. And that includes everything from self-expression to building a business, to also mindset training, because a lot of what goes on between our two ears stands in the way of our ability to be effective. So that's kind of what I do, and I absolutely love it, because I see that humanity has got such power and such ability to create an amazing difference in this world, that if we don't harness it and we don't make the most of it, then our purposes go unfulfilled, and that to me seems like a wasted life.
One of the amazing things about Carren is the first time I heard her speak is her story. Now, I'm going to get Carren to share her story in a minute, but when I first heard her, I just had this such strong connection with Carren. Every time I hear her story, I cry.
Oh.
I've read her book, I cry. But it's not just crying because of what Carren went through, it's the way she changed her life and how she overcame that to be the absolutely gorgeous person that she is right now. So Carren, could you briefly go through your story?
I can. So my journey really started back for me in 2001. I was really unfortunate in the fact that my partner of 8 years committed suicide. And that just plummeted me into the depths of despair, where I didn't know where to go, I didn't know who to turn to. And what landed up happening was I just fell into this deep, dark and very depressed suicidal state myself, because I had incredible guilt and responsibility around what I felt I had done. I felt like it was my fault. So that just put me on this journey and this spiral of self-hatred that I just woke up with every day, that became more and more intense until I couldn't do it anymore. You know, I couldn't live in this skin anymore. I couldn't live in this body anymore, knowing what I'd done. So on the 12-month anniversary of my partner's suicide, I made a decision to take my own life, because to me that was the only way that I could see a way out. Nothing else was going to work for me. And unfortunately, the day that was his 12-month anniversary was also the same day of the 2002 Bali bombing. And myself and two of my very dear friends were in Bali that night. Both of the girls were killed, and I managed to survive. And you know, the guilt that came with that in and of itself was overwhelming, because I'd gone there to take my own life, yet I was the only one who made it home. How is that even fair or makes sense? It should have been me that was taken. So then 6 years after the Bali bombing, I spent, you know, crying myself to sleep and crying myself through each day, until I woke up one morning and I thought, you know, I'm going to be 90 and I'm still going to be crying myself to sleep. That's not paying respects to the people who were killed, and it's certainly not paying respects to the people who I had lost. So I really wanted to make a difference. And unbeknownst to me, when I started asking the question of what else was possible, becoming a professional speaker was the answer I got. So
Lucky for me.
Oh, and I'm an accountant, so I don't know. But I've been speaking now for 6 years and teaching people to speak in public, and also teaching people to find a voice for their message authentically. So it doesn't matter whether you're speaking one-on-one or 1 on 10 million, it really is irrelevant. It's just being able to find the confidence and the ability to share our message of what we're passionate about and brilliant at. And here's a perfect example of what becomes possible when somebody really follows their dream and follows their heart. It's incredible success, an amazing contribution and a ripple effect that gets created. And I just feel like I'm the most honoured person in the world to be able to share the life of somebody who's on such a powerful path. It's such an honour. I'm blessed.
Thank you so much, Carren. But as you can see from Carren's story, we don't all have the type of story that Carren has, but we all have issues in our lives. We all sometimes feel as if it's all too much. But we can make a difference by just deciding that it's time for us to do something different. The power lies within ourselves and the belief that we have within ourselves. We are all absolute miracles. We're all supposed to be exactly where we are right now. And you have a choice of how you're going to live your life. And I really want to thank you, Carren, for being here today. Actually, I didn't tell you where we are. We're in Brisbane. We've just actually had breakfast with Richard Branson, another really inspiring person who, despite a lot of things against him as a young child, he managed to build this multi-billion-dollar fortune at all these companies. And when I'm in the presence of these people, they just show me how much is possible. Keep an eye out for Carren. If you ever get the opportunity to hear Carren speak, don't miss it, because I guarantee you it will change your life. If you want to know more about Carren, her website is www.carrensmith.com. Go on there, have a look at what Carren's doing, and you won't regret it, because I guarantee you can learn so much from Carren. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you next time when I show you a few more people who support me in my life. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.